welcome. This will be the reading for Aries. I'd like to preface this with an apology that I missed the readings for last month. My energy was just very not in a good place for doing the readings, so I took a bit of a hiatus, but I am back and we shall get right to this. We're going to start out with tea leaf, then we will get into pocket animal spirit song tarot, the enchanted world tarot, and mystical healing reading cards, and as always charms. Alright, without further ado, let's get started here. Okay. Here for sure. Okay, that is quite a bit. I did see the sun when I did your channeling, and that can be about vitality, energy, it could be about happiness, but I did feel more of a energy, like getting your energy back. Okay, so gotta move these over here. We have love. We have tankard, celebration, fun, enjoyment. We have carrot, opportunity or windfall. We have December. We have January. We have a pin, new job or career. Interesting with opportunity or windfall. Also with celebration, fun, enjoyment, especially that these got placed this way, like balancing work and play. Wedge, someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. Interesting. In your meditation, I did get that if you were dealing with a passive-aggressive situation, person, what have you, I did get to let it go. They realize their wrongdoings and just focus on your path. The more you focus on this situation, the more it will get in your head and actually create this wedge. So just focus on you. We have seahorse, family matters. Perhaps it's somebody within your family unit as well. Happiness, interesting with the sun. So again, energy. You're probably looking at and focusing on your happiness. You're not letting, this situation take away from that. We have angel, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. So again, yeah, don't focus on it. You're protected through that situation. You're being guided through it. Let it go. Just focus on you. We have bat, take care. Enemies are working against you. So that's, again, yeah, there's definitely some kind of passive-aggressive move on you. But this take care, take care of yourself. You're being guided, you're protected. It's not going to actually cause you any harm. Try not to focus on it. Be aware. Be aware of it so that you don't get into like state of you accepting that kind of behavior, but definitely it's like, let it go. Staff, you'll be taken care of in difficult times. So yeah, don't fret about it. You're being guided through it. It's not going to cause you any great harm, so don't put too much energy into it. Just be aware, and you're supported. Okay, so let's go ahead and get your pocket animal. We do already have 2 animals here, bat and seahorse. Spirit Song was also highly animal themed deck, so I am just feeling called to that. So we're gonna see how that goes. Alright, spirit guides and angels, messages for Aries, please. What does Aries need to see? The highest good. Interesting. So I heard an interesting sound coming from outside. And in your meditation, oh, you have a flip right here. In your meditation, I did get to like pay attention to like whistles or noises. I was hearing an interesting noise. It's like kind of whistle-like, but not necessarily a whistle. So like listen for that. It's gonna be a signifier. And like pay attention to what you might have been thinking about. What could have been being, you know, whispered at you by your guides or what have you in that moment. Okay. So we have snake and we have owl. You know what, they came out this way. And interesting because this is air and this is earth. Alright, let's go ahead and read these for you. I am feeling called to read these. Owls are very intuitive. Trust your intuition with this. Snakes also have this like sensing ability. And I'm pretty sure, is there a correlation with owls and snakes? I might be thinking of a different predatory bird. But I'm pretty sure there's a certain bird that like, you know, really targets snakes. Okay, interesting. I did just kind of open that there. You know, let's read that. Take care, enemies are working against you. Darkness, letting go. Death leading to rebirth. Before emerging, the bat waits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. In the darkness it can see, and that's kind of like how. In the darkness, it can see all that was invisible in the daylight hours. The bat is a master of the subtle senses, of the underlying forces that cause some things to prosper and others to fade. The bat card shows up to signify the ending of a chapter, the closing of a door. The bat comes swiftly, encouraging us to move on. In just a few hours, a new day dawns, no more lingering in the past. When in balance, accepts, adapts, adjusts. When out of balance, refuses to let go, reminisces. To bring into balance, watch the sunrise. Interesting. Okay, and then we have owl here. Abundance, clairvoyant, treasures. The owl is a mysterious and otherworldly creature found in folklore from east to west. The white owl in this particular deck is the companion of the goddess Lakshmi and represents wealth, beauty, and good fortune. When the owl card appears, it's an omen that a boon or treasure is on the way, either in spiritual or material form. With owl wisdom on your side, you'll see and know exactly what to do with this boon, how it can further serve your dharma and bring abundance to the world. Trust that the wellspring of treasures is infinite. When in balance, generous, trusting, secure. When out of balance, money, quarrels, scarcity. To bring into balance, an offering. Okay, and then we have a snake here. Okay. Guardian of unawakened magic and creature and creative potential. The snake is a symbol of our highest potential. It is said that Shakti, our creative life force, lies dormant at the base of our spine in the form of a coiled snake. Regardless of whether this image rings true for you, it's well worth considering the amount of unawakened or untapped potential within. What would life look like if you woke it up? How can you stir it from slumber? An experienced yoga or meditation teacher can lead the way. Make haste. The snake card appears when there is no more time to waste. When in balance, prosperous, creative, charismatic. When out of balance, starts and stops many things. To bring into balance, Kundalini yoga, meditation. Okay, just there at the end, I was feeling that there could be like anger blocking this, or just some kind of repressed emotion, and you might be feeling anger as like a symptom as this repressed emotion is there, and it's kind of blocking you from this. And I think working through it is going to be what kind of taps into that and awakens you and stirs you and gets your creative juices flowing, which probably brings out this opportunity or windfall. Okay, so let's go ahead and get your spirit song. I also just got a random sense of worry. Like, try not to worry, because I think perhaps, okay, so some sacral chakra healing is going to help you. Trying to really focus on your sacral chakra and your root chakra. I mean, trust was highlighted, so this might be affecting your ability to trust, and you're being asked to like not let this affect your trust in the universe, your trust in like that things will won't work out for you. Like, trust things will work out for you, and that this is ultimately for your betterment. Like, nothing is placed before us that isn't meant to be placed before us for some kind of lesson, some kind of like knowledge, some kind of like guidance. I don't know exactly where I'm going with this. It's just, it's important for you to not lose faith and to trust and not let this kind of affect your ability to trust. Okay, I've really shuffled these. Okay. Spirit guides, and that could perhaps have to do with you feeling a lack of trust. It might make you kind of overdo things. Alright, I'm going to honor these cards. They flipped. So that was also kind of, it said make haste, but also try not to, you know, you don't want to stumble. Like, you don't want to act rash in haste movement, but sometimes swift was another key word. Swift. So, yeah, it's like, you don't want to be rash in that. Have faith. Believe in yourself. You know, actually the theme for the month, I just pulled this card earlier, is confidence. But yeah, you can be strong in your movements and be like swift about them. Like a bird, when they like swoop down after a target, they're like so on point. And it's like a fast movement. So it's like, there's a way to like be secure in that. But don't be haste in the way of like being rash. You know, try to keep a strong sense of yourself, a strong sense of grounding, security, having faith in the universe as you move through this. Okay. So we have here, how do you want these? Okay. Okay, so we have here 8 of crystals, dedication, progress. You know, this is also actually reminding me when we have a buffalo here in the imagery. This is kind of, which is very, kind of reminds me of, you know, November with the buffalo. But this is kind of remind me of this quote right here that I also got for this month. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising. Sorry, I couldn't read that. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. And that right there is like progress and dedication. So, oh, and apologies, 8 of crystals is equivalent to the 8 of pentacles. So it's like, it doesn't matter, you're at a place where it's like, it doesn't matter what you get out of something, you are, I mean, that of course matters. Like, you don't want to, like, there should be a balance in the long haul, but like, you're at a place of just like You don't need validation. You don't need, you are confident in yourself. You are dedicated. You're going to make this happen at all cost. And that's very Aries energy. Aries is like, very much so the face things head on. Like the buffalo is perfect. Face things head on. Go after it. But I see also that you're like thinking this through. It's like in a good place of like learning from your past. And so it's like you're kind of going at this in a very structured way. You're not being reckless, which is very, very good. I think this is a lesson that you've perhaps really learned in life. We have 6 of shells, which is equivalent to the 6 of cups. And this can, excuse me, this can be about the past. And sometimes it can be about like the past returning to things in the past, but it looks like you're not. You've learned from the past, you're letting go, the past is the past, and you're moving forward with the knowledge, but not the control from the past. Like you have control. The past is not in control of you because you've learned from it. And with Knight of Acorns in reverse, action, drive. So what I'm getting from that, especially because you still have dedication and progress, you're not being reckless. You pause when you need to pause. Like this is about long-term action, long-term progress. You're playing the long game here. And I think that's something that you have learned from your past, is not to be too reckless. And again, I'm getting this like being haste but not rash. It's like you're learning to move more quickly through things in a way that isn't rash, in a way that is mindful, which is very beautiful. Okay, we have in your challenge position here 9 of shells in reverse, which is equivalent to the 9 of cups in reverse here. So I'm getting with that it's perhaps been very difficult and you're pushing through again, like at all costs. Like you're trying to not let anything from the past dictate you in your direction and just moving through it. But it does feel like difficult, and you need to take time for gratitude, to like appreciate how far you've come, to be proud of yourself, and to know that you've done a really good job and that you have learned these lessons. Because look, this penguin has all these shells that it's collected, and you're not seeing that. You're not seeing all of the knowledge, all of the wisdom that you've gained in this. But you've grown quite a bit. But you are kind of experiencing some doubts. And I see you pushing through anyways. Especially like rabbits are very also, they keep going no matter what. You like the Energizer Bunny. But you're not feeling, because you're not looking at how far you've come, and because you're not taking the time to be grateful for like all the milestones you've passed. you're kind of facing doubts. You're still kind of like, it's like you've come a long way, but you're in your mind, you feel like you're still, you know, back here, even though, so this is again about letting go. It's like these things aren't controlling you anymore, but for some reason you still feel like you're held back by it when you're not. Like, you've done a lot of the work, you just don't see that you have. And that's not to say like there's always room for growth, but again, it's just like you haven't allowed yourself to be proud, which I think is kind of your lesson as well. I think it's somewhat good because I think you've been trying to not step into an egoic place, but that's not the same thing. Pride, you know, you can still have pride in oneself without it coming from an egoic place. And the ego itself isn't a bad thing. Pride isn't a bad thing. You know, bragging or you know, things that can occur due to you know, an ego being in an unwell place. Those things can be like harmful. They can be sabotaging, but it's not the same thing. Like, it's good to, you know, take a moment and look at what you've done, and you know, that can help carry you. Okay, and then we have 3 of crystals: collaboration, productivity. 3 of crystals is the 3 of pentacles. So that's like networking. Perhaps that's an area you hold yourself back on, and that it could have to do with this like trusting, which is why the universe is saying, you know, don't let this situation with the passive aggressiveness affect your trust. Don't think all people will be this way. It doesn't even have to be passive aggression. It could be, you know, just some kind of foul play that's going on. But yeah, don't let that get in your way. Just focus on your own path. Be open to expansion and, you know, working with others as well, and, you know, still allowing yourself to believe in humanity, believe in people. Then we have here 5 of shells, which is the 5 of cups in reverse. So yeah, I think this is also just saying, you know, have faith in the universe. You are going to kind of, this is like the future position, so I do see this being a little bit of a struggle, that you're gonna have some doubts, just like in the way of like, you know, feeling like things aren't working out for you, feeling like the universe is perhaps like just not working things out for you. And I think this is about, you know, more deeply about inner work, but also how you relate to the external, to the universe, to others. You know, ultimately it's like something, things always come back to you know, where our soul is at, which can affect where our mind is at. Well, it's just really the triangle of like, you know, mind, body, spirit, and how those things can like affect and interact with each other. So ultimately it's always within that things like you can work something out, but like there is something there about like how you connect with the world, how you connect with the universe. So it's like, how do you connect with yourself? That might be something to look at here. Especially with snake, you know, and that untapped potential. So I think you're really going to start trying to connect with yourself on a deeper level. And that's ultimately going to affect all areas of your life and how you relate to the world around you. Alright, I'm going to actually skip on clarifying here. I don't want it to become too long of a reading, but also I think this was very clear. Let's go ahead and get your mystical healing reading cards. And I also was feeling reading these, like the booklet that comes with these. So let's see what we have here for Aries. Interesting. I'm seeing like what kind of, it's hard to see, it kind of went away quickly. There's like circle, like a few series of circles, almost like gears, but not quite gears. It was more like a symbol, but it was circles, and they had like different patterns to them. Okay, weirdly, I don't know if this is connected or not, but I also just saw what reminded me, and a flame, but I also just saw what reminded me of that book, that children's book with the caterpillar, the hungry caterpillar, I believe it's called. Perhaps some of you are hungry right now, but perhaps that has to do with like the hunger in your spirit. Like kind of a worry there. Okay, embrace meditation and experience rebirth. Interesting with the snake and the bat, which are both very much so about that. I mean, even kind of the owl as well, and the owl with meditation as well. The owl like sees things in 360. In meditation, you know, can really pull you out of like, you can kind of connect you to everything rather than being in the like a singular experience. I can't really explain that, but it can like pull you out of your mind, out of the narrative. But let's go ahead and read these. Okay, so embrace meditation. It is card 9. Embrace meditation. Meditation is one of the most powerful ways to connect to higher worlds and access spirit realms. The most potent meditations are those that have been shared with us by the wise leaders of humanity. Meditation can also help you to connect with nature and your inner self and to heal. In order to strengthen your ability to meditate, you have to learn how to relax your mind and concentrate. This will improve your capacity to think, make decisions, and access your intuition. Modern life is so busy and chaotic, it's easy to become a human doing machine instead of taking the time to fully understand, live, learn, and consciously participate in life. You're being interesting. You're being asked to slow down and find a meditation that you can work with or some time. Preferably, this will be a self-guided process which will allow you to create powerful transformational images thoughts and feelings. If fostered with patience and perseverance, these thoughts, images, and feelings will enhance your intelligence, nobility, and inner strength. Action. Here's a powerful healing meditation from Rudolf Steiner that could assist you in strengthening yourself. If you choose to work with it, make sure that you give yourself time to meditate on each line, creating strong, clear images and feelings. I feel myself within me. Divine power takes hold of me in the surrounding of my being. I take hold of divine power in the core of my heart, and I find my spirit giving peace, peace, peace to my God-seeking soul. Now, I personally do not like giving name to such things as, the many names of God, source, whatever you might call it. I think names, words, break it down when it's not something. I can't really explain that. But so I don't like using names because they can't reach that actual place. But yeah, just know, I just want to clarify that there, because I don't want my readings to give off any particular human experience, culture, religion, anything of that nature. I actually kind of believe that all the different sectors are meant to be there in this whole experience of everything. I don't know quite how to explain it, and I don't need that. Oh, we're actually gonna get your charms now. Okay, still on theme with having quite a bit here. We have this drink that's kind of weird. I just got elixir. An elixir for relaxation. Now I want to say with that, because that could almost sound like alcohol. Alcohol, to each their own. Anybody can it is part of life and part of experience, but alcohol can actually take away from sleep and relaxation. It might temporarily give relaxation, but ultimately it actually affects your sleep, which can make you, feel less relaxed later on. We have it here. This is the Cancer pendant, but it landed on the side that says imaginative, which is kind of reminding me of that untapped potential, tapping into your intuition. We have the heart here. We did have love. December, January. It didn't super come up in your reading, so it could not be within this month, but to know that it is there. To love yourself, flaws and all, but to know that love ultimately is always there for you, and in divine timing will find you, unless you already are in a place of in a happy, it doesn't have to be happy, but I put that on happy, a loving relationship. Then of course remember that that love is there for you, and to love yourself. I thought those two things are just very much coming through. We have two Yeah, 2 roses here. Interesting with love as well. Now, if you've gone through a period, if you are in a relationship of doubts, I see you kind of coming back to each other and re-blossoming and having faith. You know, this could have to do with the rebirth. There may be rebirth in that area. Of course, always, you know, I don't always love speaking on relationships because every situation is so unique and you really have to just follow your own intuition when it comes into that area. But just, you know, it's more, readings are more like a sounding board for your own intuition. But yeah, for some of you, there is going to be a rebirth in that area. We have the dragonfly. I'm getting again to have faith. Is this? This is a firefly. But have faith in the world. Have faith in spirit, in yourself. Know you're being guided. Yeah, especially this moon. You are being guided. Your emotions, you know, try to tell you things. They're like, of course, you don't want them to, okay, interesting. Okay, but of course you don't want them to, you know, take hold or control you. But, you know, they're there to signal things to you. They're messengers. So listen to them. But also, it came out this way, this moon, which I would take this as like the first quarter. This is reminding me of the last quarter, which is on the 22nd of this month. It is the moon goes into Virgo that day. I'm getting that that's a high potential time for you to like have some inner healing. Try not to get too much into a perfectionist zone. Don't compare yourself to others. That is very important. Know that every person is so unique and individual, and that you shine on your own. Even when you don't see it, others see you shine. But okay, interesting, because I did see the sun in your meditation, and it isn't on the 22nd, but the day before, on the 21st. That's, you know, the time when the zodiac, the sun shifts into Sagittarius season. So I think you're going to be carrying that inner wisdom into things, and it's going to help expand you. We have here the egg. If you're worried, you know, you have to crack a few eggs to make an omelet. You know, if it stays in that shell, it'll never be what it was meant to be. Okay, I'm being given again about that predatory bird and snake eggs. Which again is rebirth. I'll have to look that up and put it in here, of whatever it is I'm thinking about with that like connection. We have peace. Oh, with this embrace, oh, and we didn't read your other one. Let's read that. But with this embrace meditation, you know, it said peace, peace, peace. But let's go ahead and read real quick your experience rebirth. Apologies on that. Okay. Number 12 here. And the other one, by the way, was 9, if you are interested in the numbers here. So 12, experience rebirth. The next, oh, you are embarking on a time of great inner transformation. The next few months offer an opportunity for you to review your life in detail. You need to delve deeper than ever before into your inner world. And I got that like swift. Okay, with swift, I just got one fell swoop. I was getting out with the bird with the swift movement, one fell swoop. Just kind of like diving deep. Okay. You are being asked to choose a new path that takes into consideration your sensitivity. This path is slower and requires the true inner growth that your soul is yearning for. Interesting, we did get that. That there's like a hunger in your soul. Don't be surprised if many old notions that you have created of yourself based on how your family has perceived you. That again might be that passive-aggressive person. Don't let this affect your trust or your faith. Discharge from your life. Let me reread that. Don't be surprised if many old notions that you have created of yourself based on how your family has perceived you. Discharge from your life. So you'll no longer let the conditioning that's taken place or like other people's viewpoints have a hold on you. You're letting that go. If you resist, the process will become more painful. If you embrace it and are willing to be entirely honest, then you will awaken determination and faculties within yourself that you never knew existed. This card does not signal outer success in being accepted by others. It speaks of developing an inner practice of self-acceptance and understanding your life's plan. So yeah, it's like, that's how I was feeling, like you're doing inner work that ultimately does, you know, affect the external, but it's like it starts from within. Action. You're being asked to meditate on who you are right now and who you will become if you slow down and take the time to learn from, understand, digest, and transform the old. You need time to meditate. That's interesting. Let's go together. Contemplate and discern which belief patterns you need to let go of and the new higher wisdoms you are ready to embrace. Whilst material challenges are always asking for your attention, it's important that you take enough time at this point to focus on your soul and spirit rather than on material success. And something that I've noticed in my own life is that like things really slow down. I mean, I think everybody kind of knows that. Like when you meditate, things slow down. But like it's like it feels that extends outward as well. So if you feel like things are like just moving quicker and quicker, you know, and if you need to make a quick movement, sometimes it helps to like take that pause, slow down, because it'll make things slow down and it'll make you be able to move just right. Like that one fell swoop of a bird, you know, it's so fast, but it's like so targeted and decisive and confident, and it knows. So yeah, this is kind of like meditating and then going deep and taking one fell swoop. We have here the key. I think you are the key, you know, tapping into your mind is going to open up a lot of pathways for you. I'm also being called this kid, the child in this photo here is kind of reaching for, what is this? Is this like a book or a hole? You know, it could be either. It's like reaching into the mind. We have another peace sign here. We have Aquarius. And this one landed on the Aquarius side, but it does have friendly on the other side. But I landed on Aquarius, so that could have, you know, you might know an Aquarius, you might have Aquarius placements, you might, that time period in the zodiac might have significance for you. And then we have the tree here, which I believe again is about going deep, and also about you know, these family matters and not letting them, you know, kind of digging through your roots and the belief systems you may have created with this, and, you know, kind of weeding things out, but, you know, not losing faith. We have this daisy, which is also kind of reminding me of the egg again. So yellow and white, also again the sun. But I'm gonna also put in daisy symbolism here. Daisy could also be a signifier, or I don't know, something about yellow centers and white. Because this is really calling to me, like, the colors of this. Oh, I did get in your meditation also. It was kind of like a logo wreath thing. It was like a circle with like arrows, or like it could be like, I don't know, like a wheat sheath going in a circle. I can't quite say what it was exactly. It was almost logo-like. And yeah. Okay, and then we have the skeleton and bones here, which is again about death and rebirth. Some of you, oh, it might be an ego death that you're experiencing as well. And that might be what yellow and white kind of signify to you, is that you will rise again. Perhaps you've been in a state of ego death, and so you've been kind of in the dark night of the soul. But again, yeah, know you will rise again. Know that, like, have faith in yourself. You're just experiencing rebirth and transformation with this butterfly here. And lastly, we have this mermaid. And this mermaid has its back turned, which I love, from one of my, actually my top favorite tarot reader on here. Always mentions that. But I'm getting that it's like you're turning your back, you're not letting this situation be your main focus, you're focusing on your own path, and you're not letting any, you know, you're letting it roll off your back. Like, what's that phrase? Like water beating off of a duck's back. So these things aren't going to faze you. You're being guided through it. But alright, we will leave this here. I thank you so much for being a part of my journey and welcoming me to be a part of your journey as well. Thank you so much, and if you could please help get these videos out to those that it is meant to be received by, any actions like really help, boost the algorithm, like comments or likes or shares. So if you feel like sharing the courtesy, I would greatly appreciate it, and thank you so much.